So, who would like to do the recap for a free point of inspiration?
We did stuff.
I don't
Sure
even
did.
remember where
That's
we
registration, right?
We, I believe,
Jason Derulo came
we
over.
went to...
She sure did.
What's her name?
Sorry, Alderolo.
Lady Serial Derolo.
Jason Derulo.
So
I don't have my notes in front of me.
that's kind of the end of things. Does anybody
Yes.
remember what was happening prior in the session?
Was that when we fought the shark?
Yes.
We fought the land shark.
Did
Yeah, we
we
went to the market.
throw the kids in mud constantly in this last
Was
time,
that
or was
the-
that the time
Was
before?
that this one?
That was the time previously.
Okay.
Okay, well I can remember that, but not what happened last.
There was. We went to
No,
the
that way.
Black
That way.
Tower after defeating the
Oh
land
my
shark.
god, you need a picture!
Oh, someone
Snap
please
that.
help.
Hurry. We are so
The lighting,
bad parents. All of
is not
us.
good.
Animal
Aw.
parents.
Thanks, Ed.
Oh, thank you. Anyway, please carry on.
So yes, you guys had
That
met
was
with the
worth it.
Xanathar, or excuse me, you had met with the Castellanters to basically fill them in that there's going to be a meeting at the docks in a couple of days. At that point, you had met their children, Terenzio and Elzarina, whose souls were
On the
basically
line.
on the line to their parents' infernal contract with the demon of demons, Asmodeus.
Yes.
Does anybody want to take it from there?
I
don't remember. Did
So
we
that
trap
happened
somebody in
before.
our basement?
don't
No.
think
I don't
so. All I remember was
That sounds like a very Shava thing to do, but I don't think that's what happened.
All I remember is that we went to the market to get.
I already had my
We went to
puppy.
the market to look around. Last session itself, we bought the land shark, and then the one lady.
Thinking of Jenna Marbles when you say land shark.
Land shark.
I miss her so much.
Offered us either 300 gold or one magical item from the Black Tower.
That's right.
We took
Bailey
the gold,
covered,
right?
head to toe in blood, cuts the head off the land shark because she wants it as a trophy, so we took it to get it taxidermied.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
But we took the gold, and then we went and we paid off the tavern, and then went to celebrate at the Yawning Portal.
Yep.
Three Strings decided that he wants in on our tavern thing. Bailey started brawling.
I was gonna say, didn't you get into a
Shava
bar
was
fight?
just hanging out.
Yes, Shava most certainly got into a bar fight. Jumped off the side of the pit in the Yawning Portal and kneed a dude in the
Krauser.
face.
Because that was
No, Shaman didn't.
like
Or
Trollskull
failing
Manor
it.
is complete, right?
Yes.
It is
I was gonna
complete.
say,
so
I
that's
was
why we
a while
went
back.
back.
It's
Paid
been
it off,
paid
it's
off,
not
but it's
done.
not. There's still work to be done.
Yeah.
It's in
I was
construction.
like that.
All the
And then
expensive stuff was done.
The very end, we went back to
I don't
Troll
remember
Skull,
the guy.
and that's when Jason Derulo was there.
Yep, that's correct. So you know what? I'm just gonna say everybody gets a point of inspiration because you all pitched in.
Yay!
One thing that I do want to fill you guys in on that is of note: when you were fighting the land shark, officially referred to as the Bullet, Shava had eagle-eyed noticed that it was carved with an inscription of the Xanathar logo, but not your typical everyday one that you would typically see.
It was a little weird.
Yes, there was some kind of variation to it. Typically, you see 10 spokes around an eye symbol. This particular one had 8. Whether or not that actually means anything, that's up to you guys to interpret.
Oh yeah,
So-
I was a horsey.
You were a horsey.
You
A
were a horse,
horse.
and you talked to a couple of horses too.
And
Killing.
Sterling. I forgot about talking to the horses. And Sterling rode on Shava's back into battle.
Yep.
Into battle.
And Faley, like, surfed
Uh huh.
on. That was cool.
I got to fly.
You
And then
did.
almost got eaten.
You guys also were given a license for flight as well, if that's something that interests any of you. So, it's a brisk early summer day in the Crown of the North. The scent of sawdust and a symphony of hammers, saws, and carpenters are up from the close to completion Troll Skull Manor in front of you. You're greeted this morning with a strange sense of dread as a hooded stranger meets you outside. Nervously pacing back and forth, you're approached by a half-elven female. Hello, Valkyries. Hello, Valkyries. My name is Lady Serial Derolo. It's an honor to meet you. Truly. And she throws back her hood.
Is she not the one that we saved?
She is the one that you saved. And now that she's right in front of you in broad daylight, you get a better look at her. She is a late teens, half-elven, kind of scruffy, messed-up shoulder-length hair, really matted. You notice that amongst other notable scars and kind of misshapen bruises and things, her left ear tip has been entirely cut off.
Is this like when they take in strays off the street and they spay or neuter them and then they
Not quite.
Wait, what?
For strays, if you see a stray out and about and it's got a cleanly cut ear and it's flat, do not take it to the SPCA or something like that because they can't re-release it because it's already been spayed or neutered.
Yep.
Those cats are more likely to be adopted off the street than they will be at the SPCA, whereas if you see a stray that has both its ears full, go ahead and take it to like an SPCA or something because they'll spay or neuter it, clip its ear, and then set it free.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Instead of it sitting in a shelter, potentially getting killed at the shelter.
For either Thalie or Shava, you can make an insight check as to what that might mean.
Hell yeah.
Well, let's test the dice. I didn't test them yet.
New dice? Did everybody get new dice? Did we not get?
No, I mean, like, I have 3 different sets or whatever. I gotta test the d20. See
Only
how well they are.
3.
Yeah, I know.
Non-natural 20.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
As I sit here trying to figure out where I want my dice.
So Shava, this might not be something that you're familiar with just due to your upbringing in the city, but Thalie in traditional elven culture, which you know as a half-elf,
Because I only got a 9.
having a snipped ear denotes a thief caught in the act.
Oh. That works good.
So, you know, instead of chopping off their hand or something like that, they would clip it off. But here she is in front of you. Not the most noble-looking creature in the world, but she does introduce herself as Lady Sabra. Or, excuse me, Lady Serial, I should say.
A lady.
Pause for comedic effect. And she stands in front of you, gets down onto one knee, and unsheaths her knife, holding it up to the 4 of you. I would like to pledge my undying loyalty and servitude to you as thanks for saving my life.
Is that the one that we took off the wall?
Yes.
Okay.
You saved
So-
her from the flesh sculptor.
So I'm just
So we got a bar
step
wench.
forward, and I'm
Wormy.
just gonna
Whatever.
take her
Wormy
hand,
thing is.
and you don't have to kneel before us.
Wiggy?
We.
So you take her by the hand.
Yeah, like stand up. You're good.
She immediately sheaths her knife in like double hand clasps as you kind of pull her up onto her feet. She's slightly taller than you, but she still looks timid and awkward and shy.
Wait, was Jamor there or was I there? Or was Horgas there?
Horgas.
Okay.
This is your first mission as Horgas.
Okay.
So, is that... Yes?
Do you want to be? You want to hang out with us?
My life is in your hands. I can think of no other way I can repay such a debt. My life has been unfortunate to me, and I think that this may be a
Really
good start on the right path.
Strays. We've got the stray dark elf. We've got this one now.
The cat. The frog.
Yeah, you guys have a lot
The
of
sludge that you Wiggy.
I would say
Oh, Wiggy's in the basement.
Yep.
I knew we locked somebody in the
Wiggy's in the
basement.
I don't
He's in the
remember
basement
that.
because he kept trying to eat all of the common and stuff. So he's hanging out in the basement so he doesn't eat the Wiggy.
Told
Wigglesworth.
oh, okay.
My metal-eating worm baby.
I gotta write down these names. Hold on. New notes.
I never named the frog.
I don't think you did.
It's a female. We found that out.
Well, Horgas didn't know the frog.
Title: Pets. All right. So we've got. Is it Sir Wigglesworth?
No, it's just Wigglesworth.
Blink.
Yeah,
Or is it Wink?
It is. Hang on, I wrote them
Marble.
down. Wink is my dog, and Marble is my cat.
Marble the tabby cat. Don't know why.
Don't you have a familiar cat too? Like a no.
Oh. It was in my backstory.
Gotcha.
That
Okay.
was Shenzi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wigglesworth the rust monster, aka Wiggy. Marble the tabby cat, the stray that lives in the second floor, and Blink. Or Wink.
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 Wink the blink dog.
Blink dog. Blink the
And
Blink.
the frog that lives in the garden
Yep.
doesn't have a name. It just is the frog.
Froggo.
Froggo.
Okay. So, you've just brought Lady Sarael up from the ground. She's paying deep respect and bowing as deeply as she possibly can. Is there anywhere we can possibly sit to discuss terms, or?
I mean, we're right outside Troll Skull, right?
Yes.
I thought we stayed in a young portal.
You did, and as you're approaching Troll Skull, she
Gotcha,
was
yes.
meeting you
Okay,
outside,
okay.
just kind of like sheepishly pacing back and forth. At this point, you could probably imagine that she was like practicing her little speech.
Cutie. We have to adopt all the children. I missed Card.
We will now have an orphanage.
Hart lives right down the road from you,
That's right. I forgot. He
along
does.
with his son
He's-
Minnow.
I forgot! He's an adult now!
you little
My
boy
son!
grew up. Yep. If you ever want to visit them, they're at the Bent Nail on the east end of Sheridan Street.
I feel like it would not do justice to Kara's relationship with Fire.
I mean, he's been helping in the building. Like, he is a member of the guilds that are hired to work
Yeah, I
on
thought
things.
you talked to Minnow.
I did talk to Minnow.
You could make a brand new
Jamor
relationship
talked to
with
Minnow, and they reflected on the troubles of being small.
Oh, I missed Jamor.
You shouldn't have been a dumbass.
He was just talking.
It's okay, depending on how tonight goes, you may have a chance to make a new character.
Oh, nice!
Especially since you bought a mini.
Yeah, right.
So
My
maybe
Bailey lives in the prison. This is her force field.
Bailey's in jail.
She's in good girl jail. That's where she stays to stay alive.
What was that?
Don't worry about it. Did I not show that to you yet?
No.
That's the guy that dusted Jamor.
Don't worry about it.
Remember?
Okay.
Oh, so what I've been thinking about doing is 3D printing of a holder trophy.
We get
Oh.
so
To put on my
off
wall.
topic, Like,
Like,
Because
'cause you
We
can do
only
like
see
this.
each other like once every 3 months, so
I
we
know.
don't get all of the life gossip in.
I see her every day.
not,
I have no comment. I have literally nothing to say to that.
well, I would hope that you do.
I try to hide my room most of the time.
You try to hide the remote?
I hide in my room.
Oh. Well, like, hiding the remotes isn't nice. Does Sam avoid you that completely that you have to hide remotes to get her to talk to you?
No, he avoids me.
So,
Sorry.
I'm going to lead. I'm gonna
Yeah.
lead everybody into the house.
sure.
Into our home.
Yes,
Do
Sean.
we have an office in that building yet?
So, there's actually a blueprint right in front of you.
I was trying to figure out
Oh,
what
there
that
it
was.
is.
Oh, that's right.
So first floor.
So, also, if there's any changes that you want to make to this, please feel free to let me know now, and I can do that. But otherwise, the tavern is going to be completed as per this blueprint.
I feel like we need a mini office / conference room.
I'm
Get
having
a library
I'm
slash
having
study.
trouble. Okay, so this is the first floor.
Yeah.
This
Yep.
is the front door.
Yep.
Yep.
Pencil.
Oh.
Probably just needs one for me. And then
So
where,
you walk
where
in-
Are these are the stairs going up.
Yes, but they're outside. The only way to get to the second floor is an outside set of stairs,
Oh, weird. Okay.
which could be changed, but
Can we put an elevator in?
A lift.
No, I don't think they exist. Well, magic exists.
the yawning portal has an elevator that raises and lowers.
Yeah, like they have it like in mines, but like
Yeah.
You can get a winch and pulley system.
Just don't be lazy. You can fly.
Once a day.
and
So-
All you need.
That's
They get to
like
go upstairs at night.
So, one thing that you've learned from talking to the people in Troll Skull Alley is that when this was previously operating, it had been a multitude of different buildings over the years. But most recently, it was strictly a bar. The tavern itself was kind of operated as a tangential business. It was not like a bar and inn or anything like that. It was strictly just a bar, and then people lived in the second store.
Well, I think that's what we're planning on doing, isn't it? Living in the
Making
building
it
above and...
we never even
staff
learned
making
what
it
it was.
in a-
What was it before? Did we even
An
ask?
adventurer's hub, we were making it.
Yeah.
Sorry?
What was it before?
Fire.
No, like way before. Like what? Why was it?
That's a great question. So make a history check and we'll see what your characters have learned.
I don't remember. if
All
it
of us
was
make a history
brought
check?
up.
Yeah, why not?
19. Wait, no.
History.
Yes, 19.
13.
I got a 19 as well.
14.
So it sort of depends on who you ask, and everybody's got a slightly different story to tell. The
I
dwarves
want
at
to
the
ask the cat.
You can do that. The dwarves at the Boulder's Parchment Shears Bakery across the street from you guys only have the recent memory of it being a tavern. They have particularly good memories of the barkeep that used to live there, Leaf, who now,
Why does that name sound
I was
familiar?
gonna say it sounds very familiar.
because you've now sussed out the fact that he is your ghostly inhibitor that lives here,
That's right!
Oh, okay.
it is still haunted, after all.
That's fine. He can haunt us.
But he seems happy to help at this point. Like, as people are like moving around, he's not like, stepping on the back of their
Not being a
shoes or
poltergeist.
anything. Like he every once in a while you'll see like a little dust pile kind of.
He's
That's
ghost
so cute.
sweeping.
I love
Right.
him.
Cute.
So that's
You're
what
seeing
your
we're not being
dwarf
terrible.
neighbors seem to recall. Rashal, your boss at the Bookworm's Treasure, the gold dragonborn that lives there, actually has a book of the history of Troll Skull Manor and all the different things that it's kind of taken place at with that kind of role.
I mean,
It's
it's
had
a book. That's all you had to say. Fairly would find it.
right. So it's had a multitude of different purposes. At one point, it was a full-on bar and tavern. At one point, it was an adventurer's hub. At one point, it was an orphanage that was shut down because it turned out that it was run by
gosh, we're
a
like
hag that was
combining
eating the children.
Minus that.
We're not gonna eat the children.
We're gonna probably be in.
So it's had a long
orphanage.
and storied past, but most recently, it was a tavern with rentable spaces either for the night or long-term living.
Did the
inside.
hag die in the house?
That part was left somewhat unambiguous.
Unambiguous.
Is she haunting it?
Ambiguous.
I don't know.
Ambiguous.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jen.
Like, then you can tell us, right?
Alright.
But
we hear
as far as
children
we're
cry.
aware, we only have one ghost, and it's Leaf.
Yes.
I
And
thought
it-
we had-
Leaf would probably kick any children eating hags out. He seems like a pretty upstanding dude.
I thought we had somebody who was getting along with ghosts fairly well.
that would be Faley, the resident basically shaman.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Everything
yeah,
comes back to you. Wiggy be- basement.
Wiggy being in the basement. That's fine. I only remember the nonsense that Jamoro does, or Horgas does now.
It was Jamor. Now,
Yeah.
so as you guys step inside the Troll Skull Manor, this first floor is almost entirely finished. It's looking quite nice at this point. Like I said, you start to see these little dust piles being gathered up by Leaf, the ghostly assistant bartender. Petter, your dark elf that you hired, is kind of like stacking neatly some plates and cutlery behind the bar, kind of getting things prepped. He's got a large keg of ale that he's rolling through the place. He kind of looks over and says, "Hey, boss! First keg's in!"
Yay.
Yay.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make our own ale.
yeah, we gotta get the brewing supplies still. Or did we already get those?
I don't know if you've purchased brewing supplies, but I think it was discussed that you guys were intending...
We bought it.
We did buy it, okay.
Okay.
And that's why we went to the market to find suppliers.
Ingredients.
For everything.
Market and stuff.
Right off the bat, though,
Where's my
before,
notes?
because obviously it does take a while, and you guys would probably screw up the first couple of batches, I kind of presumed that you would buy some as like a placeholder for
Yeah.
your grand opening. If one of you wants to make a check for brewer's tools, then you certainly
I
can.
will do it.
Are you proficient with brewer's tools?
I don't even know what that means.
That would be listed
no.
under the proficiencies of your character sheet.
Nope.
Where was that be?
I can play the violin, piano, and harp. That's it.
We should get a piano.
No, I'm not.
Put it on the stage.
Okay?
Yay.
Then you have options.
Roll
All
a
sorts of
6.
Okay. We'll consider that as like a wisdom check.
Okay, so 6 plus.
Or intelligence. Wisdom or intelligence, whichever's higher.
Wisdom
11.
intelligence, Bailey has none.
Okay. So, for your first time, you've got like this fermenting for dummies book, basically. And you're kind of reading it, you're making sense of some things, and some things don't seem to kind of fit all together. And you start to make your first batch, and it's kind of bubbling away, it's doing its thing, and over time, perhaps next time we play, you'll have an answer as to how well you did.
Okay.
So if you want to make a note of that to ask me, just say that you rolled an 11. So, otherwise, there's a pretty good little hustle and bustle to this place going on right now. You see 3 strings kind of at the stage, this little section right up here, and he's kind of plucking and tuning at his lute, and he gives you a little nod of acknowledgement. And
What am I doing?
there's one small circular table set up as the others are kind of still being assembled for you guys to sit down at.
Yes, family meeting. We need to know what the heck we're doing to the docks today.
We still got a little one. Just on Willow.
I don't want to run
Well,
into
she
my
wants to
father.
hang out with us.
We're not taking her to this.
No, she should be. I think she should be a bar hand.
I'm
Do you
gonna
want-
be
do you wanna
really
ask?
stressed
Yeah.
out.
You ever poured
She's
drinks?
crafty. Is she good at brewing?
She says she. I don't know.
Yeah.
So what do we ask?
Have you ever poured drinks before?
Not for others, no. Truth be told, I wasn't even a legal drinking age when my parents. No, I haven't.
So I'm assuming that also means you don't know how to brew.
No, unfortunately, I haven't. I have a myriad of other skills, but certainly
She's got
nothing along
real
those lines.
bold all of a sudden.
Well, what can you do? What are your skills? What are you good at? Tell me about
It's like a
yourself.
job interview.
It
Well,
basically
that's kind
is.
of why I was like, don't pledge your. If you want to hang out with us, I'm not gonna tell you you can't hang out with us. Not because it's against your will. Like you can leave if you want to.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say that you're a high society folks, but I can tell you that my past certainly has had me dabbling with those types. I do have some connections. Unfortunately, after my parents had passed, I almost entirely lost them. She kind of like looks down and starts kind of like tearing at a little piece of paper that's in front of her. And anyway, after all of that, I had found life to be rather challenging, and I'd had to find my way about things, learning a different set of skills. And you take a look, and you actually notice that there's like a set of lock-picking sets kind of dangling from her waistline. That, along with the small blade and her proficiency in kind of twirling it around, kind of leads you to believe that she's spent the majority of her time since her parents had passed learning some of the darker ways of the city.
Feel
We definitely have a bedroom if we want to offer her a place. Because if we think about it, probably at least 2 of us girls will be in the same room. If 2 of us take that one, there's still this bedroom, which Boreas or whichever one of us girls.
got
The
the-
attic bedroom too.
We got the
attic
dark elf
bedroom,
too.
This and the spare room. So if it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we would still have 6 people easily.
Yeah. She can
All
definitely
3 of us girls can share a room. We pretty much just sleep there. We go and wreak havoc in everywhere else.
Slumber party. Now let's go dismember some men.
Hey, come on!
The only person who dismembered is a man,
Oh.
if you remember correctly.
Or guest doesn't.
The hooked horror guy,
I wasn't there for
and it
that.
cut his arms off. I'm talking to Ed specifically.
Oh.
Right now.
We did.
I don't think they would be running around and be like, "Yeah, we cut a dude's arms off."
Yeah, that's right, because we took him to the purple shop,
Yeah.
Yep.
and that's
Well,
how we
like
got
if she
connections with the
wants a
Xanathar.
job,
Yes.
one, we can give her a job, and we can offer her a place to stay.
Yeah.
I'm not only good around a tavern, I could be useful as a squire or some kind of assistant.
What is your definition of a squire?
I'd pledge my life to you at this point. I'd be happy to go and...
Sorry, this is me asking Chris.
Oh. Basically a 5th member of the party at a lower level.
Okay.
They're not as complicated. I'm not going to hand you a straight up character sheet, but they have like a simplified version where if they take any 3 hits, then they're toast. You don't have to worry about their HP or anything like that, but if they were to act as one person's squire, then they go on that person's initiative turn, they take their action when that person does. They're basically acting as like a third level thief.
Nah, I think we should just leave her here. And that'd
Probably
be,
better off staying at the tavern.
yeah.
And if we make this an adventurer's hub, she'd be great for information collecting.
Yeah. With her being a thief, she's probably some.
Do you want my carrot? Like,
She was
I'm imagining her being.
when I first got here, she was acting like she was gonna bite me, but she would just bare her front teeth and was pushing them into my arm. Like, not opening her mouth, just like
I want you to
nuzzling,
know that I could.
smashing her nose into my arm.
So with her being a thief, I'm assuming she's light on her feet.
Mm-hmm.
So she could definitely be good at staying in the bar and listening.
She seems very dexterous. Yes.
Yeah.
This entire time, she's like fidgeting and like twirling things around. And,
I think you'd be best served here.
She
At
might
the
also make one hell of a bartender if she
That's what I was
talked.
gonna
Yeah.
say.
okay.
How attractive is she?
Right now,
Right now, no.
Okay. Her
She's a solid 3.
all cleaned up, dolled up, prettied up, gussied up. How pretty would she be?
can we roll for it?
I will roll
don't
a
know.
charisma check.
Because a lot of the times,
That's
if you're
a 9.
a
She's like a
you're
solid
You're not
6.
charismatic.
Or
You're
7.
good at talking to people.
Okay.
I don't get this vibe. No, I'm funny.
That she might
So-
say some wrong thing.
Her
You know-
voice is like quivering and shaking, but
Wait.
that's because she's in your presence. And the last time that you saw her, her face was almost removed from her body. She seems like she can keep her cool, but just because of the fact that she thinks that she owes her life to you,
I mean, we
she's
can always
nervous.
have her try different tasks and see which one she likes best. And which one suits her.
You're not
Like,
forced to
what-
stay here, but we'd like you to work with us. Work for us.
If you would,
If you want.
if you're dead set on hanging out with us.
It would be my honor. I could wish for nothing more. Should the day come when you do need my assistance in any other dealings outside of here, you have my word.
We also have a room that you can stay in if you don't have a place to stay.
That'd be much appreciated. I haven't had a home in 2 years.
Well, welcome home.
It's not gonna
You're part
be,
of the family now.
It's not gonna be much to start, but we're working on it.
It is deeply and truly appreciative. Thank you. And she kind of like get up from the table and like she starts shaking your hands, and she goes over to the other members of what I'm gonna start calling your staff. Yes.
I don't shake her hand. I give her a hug.
Aw. And she kind of like breaks down into tears a little bit, but swiftly composes herself when she realizes that she's making a scene.
Ridiculous.
Anyways,
How dare you?
Making a scene ridiculous, says the man that almost got himself murdered because he wanted to be flashy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We almost killed you.
I'd have been fine.
So, Lady Serial starts kind of like introducing herself to the other members of the staff. She kind of like sort of bumps in to Leaf the ghost, and then just like,
That's Leaf,
oh,
right?
say hi. Say hi to Leaf.
"Hi, Leaf? I don't see any leaves. Okay, all right then." And she like starts making her way into the back where the kitchen area is to kind of start tidying up. You hear like the rustle and bustle of pots and pans. So, the Castellanters are expecting you at dusk tonight. So the day is yours to do whatever it is that you want.
Right, family meeting, since we're all nice and cozy.
So are we
around
still only
this
level
table.
5?
Yes.
What are we doing?
Level 1.
I'm not done.
But
About the best we
so
can ask for.
the meeting, we're trying to figure out. Like, so
I can fill you in if
yeah,
you want.
help out.
You guys organized this meeting in September last year, so I don't blame you.
Holy
Basic-
cow, was it that long?
Yeah, sorry. So the Xanathar had basically recognized, hey, you guys have a fragment of possibility, but you don't know where the Stone of Galore is. There's 3 fragments of possibility, 1 Stone of Galore. All 4 of them grant you access to the cache of coins, basically.
Asmodeus.
Asmodeus is the name of the
Oh, God.
the demon that the Castellanders have made a contract with.
The
So
with the
That's what we're trying to get the Beholder to help us kill so he can have the glory of killing it and we take the money.
you sort of convinced the Xanathar that if he has this meeting, then he might meet the Devil of Devils himself. That's the only way that he really agreed to this meeting. But he also agreed to it to bring together the 3 holders of the fragments, basically. No one still knows where the stone is, but at the very least, you have a fragment, the Castellanters do, and the Xanathar does in his fishbowl.
I still want to know why my fascia was with the castle lanterns.
You didn't investigate that, so if that's something that you want to do today, you're more than welcome to.
I'm down for that.
I think
Yeah, you could do that.
in order to live today, we should try and come up with, because no one's gonna want to give up. Like, I don't want to give up our piece. They're probably not gonna want to give up their piece. Xanathar don't want to give up their piece. So I think we should try to come up with some sort of like agreement. Like, hey, we don't know where the stone is. We should work together to finding the stone.
What if we created a fake?
Don't know.
Yeah.
How do you
Do you
propose
want
working
to
the-
die again?
We have Pumat.
I'm not against the idea, but there are like ways of detecting like a counterfeit magic item, so to speak.
Okay.
But it's not out of the question.
Because you could still make it a magic item. Just not
And that's all I'm going to say.
the one that they think it is.
Would the Xanathar know it though? What's his name? Just Xanathar?
The Xanathar.
Yeah.
Well, because he doesn't. I don't think he knows exactly what.
But
Where the
our
stone is?
magic wasn't working around him.
Yeah, like I feel like he would absolutely know
Good.
if it was a fake.
Well done remembering that, Sam.
That's true.
I
It's
remember
only because of his.
something.
No, it's only because of his one eye. If one's one eye is looking at you, your magic doesn't work.
So,
'Cause
that does bring up an interesting point that you guys have done absolutely no research into beholders.
That's true. We don't know shit about beholders. We should go to the bookstore that Faley works at and look up beholders.
Is that kind of how you guys want to spend your days, just like doing as much research about these things as possible?
Sure.
I don't think it's a bad idea.
Is there anything else you
I
want to
think
do
we
before
should
the-
stock up on some health potions.
That's a good idea as well.
Health potion's not
So-
gonna help if you're vaporized.
What if you two go
No.
help get like health potions and stuff, and me and Faley go do some researches?
Okay.
Do some researches.
Do
This
the
music
knowledge.
sounds very RuneScape-y.
It does.
I know I don't really speak much. Because
Trying to better.
I'm terrible with the words. That's why I have a 7. Oh, it's an 8 now.
So Sterling and Shava are going to go pay your boy Pumat a visit? Or would you rather find some type of other magical arms dealer?
We'll give Kuma.
How much money you guys got?
I was gonna say, how much money do we even
I don't
have?
know, but I mean, he's helped me out with that
Shy of
bottle,
50 gold?
and every other
Yeah, I
time
got
we've
a little
gone to
50.
him.
Yeah, I have a little over 50.
I also found in my notes that at one point you had 300 plus gold in First Castellander Baking and Trust, which is less than you have now. Did you guys spend that at some point?
Yeah, on the manor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we needed, I think, like
Can I have that?
Yes.
I wanna
400
take
or
this.
something, 400 or 500 almost for
Okay. But then
walking
you, then
in
you
the
withdrew.
manor.
Okay.
We withdrew to pay it all off.
Got it.
We decided that we were gonna use it to get the brewing stuff.
Yep.
Yes.
Because that was, we were on the fence if we wanted to save the money a little bit more or if we just wanted to spend it. We decided to spend it.
Okay.
So, you guys will head to Pumat's. We'll go to the Bookworm's treasure first, because that's a little bit closer for the two of you.
My notes are here. They disappeared. Now they're here.
Ah!
That's fun.
Super duper fun.
So you guys enter into the Bookworm's treasure, the typical, somewhat older golden dragonborn keep there. Rashal welcomes you with a warm and friendly. It's been so long. I feel like I haven't seen you in an age, Fanny. How are you?
Not too bad. I'm actually here on personal business today. Do you mind if I just kind of rummage through some stuff for a while?
Certainly. Please let me know if I can be of any assistance. Any particular tones?
What kind of creature is the holder considered?
Fiend?
I think it's like an aboleth. Oh,
I'm not gonna look it up because I don't want to spoil any like stats or anything
Yeah.
for myself. But
I don't actually know if Phelan would know the answer to that.
Would I know the
can
answer to
Bailey
that?
roll to see if she would know the answer?
Yeah, make a history check.
History?
Have I met the Xanathar yet?
Insight.
Arcana? Insight?
Horagast is not.
Do I have they described it to me
I feel like
at
it'd
all?
be
I think
Arcana.
that's fair.
Oh shit, Bailey
So
knows nothing.
do I know it's a beholder then?
Make an insight check.
I mean, if he knows anything about the Xanathar Guild, he probably knows.
22.
Okay, he knows way more.
Yeah. So, yeah, you do know that they are considered what they call an aberration, which is like a creature not of this plane. Something somewhere made these birth into existence, and now they are living amongst us. And you'd be able to find them in that particular section. Are you describing it to Rashal? at
Yeah.
all?
Yeah, I'm gonna describe that to him.
Fearsome foes. You can find them in Volo's Guide to Monsters. It's about 3 rows in, 4th shelf up. You should be able to find it amongst the tomes.
Thank you.
So, you guys go and
It's a
investigate.
safe face. Bailey doesn't mention the fact that she has Volo's Guide to Monsters.
You have an autograph copy.
Yes.
Yours is the more recent edition. When you finally get up there and like dust the dust off of the spine of this one, you see that it's one of the earlier editions with actual handwritten components, not like a press that you'd see in a lot of these newer books in the city.
Oh, that sounds awesome though.
That does not really good.
So, as you guys enter Puma Souls, you see that it is potion making day at the establishment, where all 4 of them are kind of like collaborating, like, oh, be careful, oh, you're going too fast. No, you're going too slow. It's a little too viscous this time. What's going on here? And they're like all like squabbling amongst each other. And eventually the lead one with the large, heavy leather apron and the large goggles says, guys, it's not that hard. We're just making a couple of water breathing potions. Come on. Oh, hey.
Hello there.
Hey, hey, hey!
Are they from Wisconsin?
Gentlemen.
The Midwest?
Well, no, we're from the Forgotten Realms, sir. You're not even in our shop. Get the fuck out.
Wow. See if ever don't come back
You're
here
not in
again.
this scene. Get off the stage. Boo.
As they all look up and like give their greetings to you, one of them's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And he's like pouring a little way too much, a little too fast. He looks down, just big poof of smoke. Yeah, crepes. Well, try this again, I guess. And they all kind of like dissipate to kind of kick their toes in the dirt a little bit. Well, not exactly the best advertising campaign, I must say, but what can I do you for?
You said you have better.
Okay.
Uh,
We're in
relationship.
need
I
of
don't.
health potions.
Fun fact. Volo's Guide to Monsters.
It's being removed.
No, was published the day before my birthday in 2016.
Neato.
Ooh.
5.5. D&D 5.5e comes out. It's the new iteration of D&D.
Okay, so if I can have your word that you will not look at like the armor class or the hit points or anything like that,
If you have a little flag, if you want to just flop it over.
I trust you, but just don't look at this top section up here.
I won't.
Do it!
Everything else is entirely yours to read.
You want this over? No. Okay.
I'm wiggling over to Ed because he's here with me.
Oh, he'll cheat.
That's
Hey.
why I'm covering
Do
it.
you want?
Yeah, use my phone.
Are you sure?
You just said no.
So basically, while you're researching, you learn all about the different types of magical eye rays. Each stock on the beholder's eye stalks produces a different type of magical energy, and this book goes into details about all of them.
So that's why.
Hey,
Hey.
Hello there.
So we're
hey, I get it.
Yeah.
sirs, we're in need of health potions.
Yeah, oh, I can certainly help out with that. We're a lot better at making health potions than we are underwater breathing potions.
That's good.
So, how many and how much?
How much do they run?
You can get yourself a potion of regular healing for
'Cause that's what
about
he hit me
50
with.
gold or
We did more
so.
with those
Seeing as you are somewhat inclined with the
got
Harper
death one.
organization, I'm happy to help with Harper and give you a 10% discount on that. Now that's your standard 2d4 plus 2. But there are also the more effective versions that'll give you 4d4 plus 2
I'm resistant to that.
for about 250 gold pieces each.
Okay.
So you said the first one is 50?
You got it.
Okay.
I can afford one.
I have to check my stats
If you do
too.
the 10%, what is that like?
Now, if you're just looking to patch yourself up, that's one thing. But if you're looking to make yourself a little sturdier, a little stronger, there are other options. What can I help with?
I have an outside question.
Sure.
So I'm proficient with an herbalism kit. Is there anything that's healing-wise that I could get things from Puma and make something myself? I don't know.
It's an herbalism kit.
Yeah, that's what I don't really know exactly what that means.
Unfortunately, we don't really deal with alternative medicine, so to speak. But, I think that there might be an establishment relatively close by to you guys that you may find some help with that can help with that sort of thing.
It also depends how long it
That
takes.
still helps.
Can I look at this
What
sheets while you're-
you guys have not investigated yet, but there is like an herbalism shop in Troll Skull Alley called
Do you want my
Chronometra's
spells too,
Crown
or-
No,
that you've
I'm just
noticed
looking for
distinctly because of its large
resistance
greenhouse top on its top story.
I have another question that goes along with this.
Okay.
So since I obviously have the proficiency with an herbalism kit, would I have to roll to know how long it takes to make like a type of healing potion?
I would say roll a
Or would I just know
medicine
it's since I'm
check with
proficient?
advantage.
Okay. There is it. Medicine. Oh, that's so beautiful. Thing. Alrighty. I have a 22.
Wow. So to make your own, not only do you have to buy the supplies, but to actually concoct a potion of healing, it'll be anywhere between 1 and 4 weeks depending on the potency of it.
Yeah, we're gonna skip that. I just figured, well, if we could save some money.
Now that's just what you know from your experience dabbling. If you were to go to an expert, then they may be able to help you out with that and possibly expedite the process.
That sounds a lot longer.
The person that's gonna have the best chance of this.
Are you guys scheming against me?
No, not at all.
No, we're just scheming to
We're
keep
gonna
us
come back
alive.
together and have a meeting and show what we've.
Well, because with all of these being dexterity based,
I also
Yeah, because Jenna, I'm just resistant to necrotic and radiant.
and I'm resistant to charm
I have
and
healing
cannot be put to
word.
sleep.
so
Um,
My dex sucks.
I'm just trying to think of like how many, because I have enough to buy one.
I have enough to buy maybe two, maybe.
while you guys are discussing, I will mention the two of you. I'm not sure if what you saw mentions it, but the beholders typically don't have control of what eye rays they shoot out.
It just happens.
It's a random effect. So the fact that
So-
it was able to specifically target and
'Cause I
kill
have
Jamor
59 gold.
means that something
It's-
doesn't quite line up with the alibi. Either the Xanathar didn't know that it was going to be a lethal
Yeah,
attack,
that-
or somehow had control over that.
That's terrifying.
Did I
only have-
did I explain that in a way that makes
I only
sense?
have
Yeah,
enough
I mean,
gold
even
for
reading
one.
here, it
I have
says that
enough
it
for one. Maybe.
the beholder shoots through
But
the
I also
palm
have
at
healing
random.
word.
Yes.
So you roll
Yeah,
a d4.
but it was more like I
that
just wanted to have that
So
extra.
either
in
Jamor
case
was disintegrated out of
in
random
case the
chance,
fight
or
breaks
something
out,
about the
I'm hoping it
Xanathar gives
doesn't.
him control over which beam gets fired.
Because we won't die if that's true.
It's the fish. We kill the fish. We kill the Xanathar.
You're gonna think it's the fish.
That is suicide.
Don't think it's the fish. We talked to the fish. He likes the red flakes more than he likes the green flakes.
It would be very easy to kill the fish, but it is suicide and we will die.
So you put the blue flakes on Xanathar and he dies.
Poison the blue flakes!
But he likes the red flakes.
Yeah, you can't
No, to the Xanathar, not to the fish.
Feed the Xanathar.
You think he
Maybe
eats-
they're poisonous,
may-
and the fish
maybe
is saying
he
that
eats the
he
same
doesn't
food
like them.
because he thinks it's the genius food for the genius fish.
Also, it's kind of sad and ironic that the disintegration ray is more lethal than the death ray.
Right? Well, guys, we also have the money in the bank, too. You can use that. For
We have money in the bank. We need to buy.
You got like
potions.
100 and something gold pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got
Use
money
that
in the bank.
for...
How many do we want? Because we can get two with
I'll
just
get at
ours.
least one for each of us, and I have one already. I think it's a potion of greater healing because it's darker than a normal healing potion.
Currently in First Castellan Baking and Trust, you have 107 gold pieces and 6 silver pieces.
And I had healing hands.
Yeah, I have healing.
I have
word
healing
as well.
hands too.
I have. Oh, where am I?
We discovered this last time. We literally both have lay on hands full. We're
that's trouble.
We are the epitome of that TikTok audio where it's the little
What's this
birds
thing?
chirping and then they go
Oh,
at each other at the end.
Oh, I forgot you had a dice tray.
What's
There you go.
this thing?
Good throw.
Yeah, I
That's a
have.
good question.
I
What is
have
that?
cure wounds.
Is it
Those over here.
paperweight?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I had all the fans going at full blast, so
Oh.
yeah, I can take that if you want to get stuff off the
No,
table.
it looks cool.
Okay, cool.
I thought it might have been a magnifying glass thing, but it's not.
Sorry.
Sam was like, yes, I'll test this for you. Don't worry.
Yeah, I have cure wounds, but it's a first level spell, and I prefer to not use a first.
Yeah,
level.
mine's the
fine.
first level spell.
Now, are y'all aware that you can find these kind of magical remedies and whatnot that may reduce the amount of incoming effect?
That's a
Instead
good
of-
idea.
Instead of just trying to go backwards, you could prevent it in the first place.
That sounds delightful.
Didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yeah, well we got tons of stuff like that. Are you,
What's the cost of something like that?
well, I mean, quite frankly, and with no disrespect meant, if you're looking for like a magical armor piece with that kind of enchantment, you couldn't afford it. If you want to get
Touche.
a one-time
Bailey
use
Bender, I
potion
like
of sort of
to get
things,
herself plate armor.
you can get one of these here, and he grabs a little kind of like swirling purple, almost like there's that edible glitter inside of it.
I like purple.
Now this guy right here, I'll help you out against any kind of magical damage attacks, if that's the kind of thing that you're looking for.
I'm sure Pumat Soul knows about beholders. You could
What is that?
probably ask him.
That's gonna run you 250.
Holy cow! Oh my gosh, I just had a heart attack.
But it's a guaranteed negation of one particular nasty, no, you know.
We don't even have that with stuff.
Perhaps
combined.
we should come back later once we get money.
The negation would be great, but we would have to play that roulette of who gets it because if only one person can
Yeah.
take it, once you've been shot, obviously it's not going to do anything good.
Yeah.
So you'd have to take it before the battle. So unless it's something that we could afford 4 of,
What's he called again?
Pumat Soul,
Nope.
beholder,
Yep.
the Xanathar.
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 What do you know about beholders? Do you have anything that would really help that could be in our price range for something like that?
Oh, sheesh, no. We know all sorts of things, but, you really don't want to be messing around with that kind of folk.
Yeah,
What kind of trouble you guys get in?
Well,
The fun kind.
never a dull moment.
Yeah,
you know, for this adventure. for-
Yeah, us adventurers, we're always getting into stuff.
and he like reaches down for like a little placard with a little closed on it. I don't want to be. No offense to you guys, but if that's the type of customers that you guys are working for, I think
No,
that
no,
our
no, no,
business
no.
No,
is
we're not
ended.
working for him.
No.
Quite the opposite.
Oh, great! Grabs it. Puts it away. All right then. We can afford to squash a couple of big bugs.
We hope it doesn't come to that.
But we're just trying to be prepared.
Yeah, all
So we
right.
can protect everybody.
You guys ain't you ain't got any big plans for the fella down below, do you?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot of them. One eye, 8 smaller eyes, kind of freaks you out. Never encountered such a creature myself, but I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that.
Yeah, that's why we were just trying to see what we could think of as a protection in case things go south.
Well, I can give you a 99.99% guarantee that you quaff this little guy and it'll help you once. But can't guarantee it'll do much more than that, unfortunately.
We get interest-free lending from the cast lenders.
Oh, we do.
Go take out enough money.
You get one for
buy,
each of
like-
us.
Because if the cast lenders are coming too, we should probably prepare for them.
No, that's their duty.
You made that negotiation for if we find the treasure for you.
No, he's coming to the meeting.
No.
Look, if we do this and get the treasure, then
Oh,
we get the benefits.
Plus, I only got this one in stock, so should have told me in advance. We can make these kind of things up in a jiffy, but it takes a little while and it takes a long time to get the resources. I'm sorry. We didn't think you'd be fighting damn Xanathar anytime.
It's not your
Hey.
fault.
Shut up.
We'd be fighting him either. We just showed up.
We're just struggling adventurers, taking it day by day.
By the way, anything Bailey said didn't actually happen because she's not here.
Do we want
How
to...
about
You guys
we-
had a flashback, like, what would Bailey say right now?
Do we want to come back with the others and see
Yeah,
what
and then
should
we
do?
can just go and get all of our money from the bank too.
Yeah.
Yep, we're gonna come back.
Alrighty, see you later.
Have fun with your potions.
We'll do our best.
Let us know how it goes.
Oh, jeez. And the other one, like, still is, like, scrubbing the soot off of the apron. So,
Make him magically clean. Like you did for the kids.
Make them clean.
oh, yeah. So you whip out the violin and kind of play a little ditty, and all of a sudden, like, a little magical wave. Huh. You know, I can always do that, but it always feels better when somebody else does it for you.
Oh.
Okay, alright.
Nope.
I understand.
Leave it like that and walk away.
A reference about like, you know, a home cooked meal is always better when someone else makes it, but I got you.
She's
honey.
so innocent and sweet.
I got you.
Y'all are a bunch of perverts. Get out of my school.
You're the one making multiples of yourself. I'm not even here!
Alright, so do you guys reconvene back at Troll Skull?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
She's right
if you
here.
guys want to discuss, please feel free. I'm going to use the restroom in the time.
So I say we tell them what we found out about
Yeah.
the holders.
The holders are bad news bears.
Okay. Something we didn't know.
There's
Excuse me.
10 different rays that can
What?
be. Yeah. Jamor got hit with a disintegration
He
ray.
said 8 and one big one. He said 8 little ones underneath the one big.
All of
He
the magic
misspoke.
comes out of the 7. All of the magic comes out of the center eye anyway.
So if you cut off the little guys, he can't do magic anymore.
No, not necessarily.
Oh.
You just
And his central eye creates an area of anti-magic. Doesn't matter which way he's pointing, I don't think. No, it is in a 150-foot cone. But the different rays are charm, paralyze, fear, slowing, enervation, telekinetic, sleep, petrification, disintegration, and death. Disintegration is what hit Jamor. 0% chance of fixing that if you don't roll a high enough save.
and I failed my save.
The death ray, I don't think either of us could even survive it anyway.
No, I don't think so. 'Cause
Oh,
what's
he
the-
wouldn't do the straight 55. He would roll 10d10s.
Yeah, I don't.
The instant death rays only actually kill you if they reduce your maximum hit points to 0.
Yeah, but I only have 22 HP. So I'm pretty sure even
I
if
only
I.
have 50.
I forgot that your tank has less HP than your sorcerer.
I'm not the tank. I'm a cleric fighter.
Those should have much higher HP compared to Phaley's 50-something.
49, I think.
To be fair,
Yeah,
I had,
it's 49.
I had some
I'm
bad
34.
rolls.
I feel like you should reroll those. What's your constitution?
10. It's my lowest
It's
point.
not terrible. Our gas has got an expiration date. I hope you're aware.
Don't worry, I've already got my plans for my next character.
Yeah.
Yep.
Turtle.
No.
No?
Want to do an elephant? Druid?
I'm the druid in this group.
No,
Thank
It'd be
you.
hilarious because I could be an elephant and just be like, poof, I'm a mouse.
That's cute. I like that.
That is cute.
I don't know if I'm actually gonna do that or not.
Honey,
but
can you pick up the paper?
that's just an idea I've been knowing about.
There are other Loxodon. I mean, the animal vendor that you met was a Loxodon.
Yeah.
I did misspeak, and perhaps it was because Pumat Soul doesn't have the best information in the world, but when you saw the Xanathar, he did have 10 additional eye stalks.
Whoops.
Yeah, whoops. Pumat Soul didn't know, definitely, not Chris.
I said oops because I dropped my pencil, but that
Oh.
works too.
The beholder not only
So
can
he has
disintegrate
10
us, he
little
can bite
eyes?
us.
He can what?
He can bite us.
So he
Nom
has
nom.
10 little eyes in his main eye, is what you're saying?
Yes.
His main eye is all magic.
Oh, so it's the same symbol on the land shark.
But the land shark is the one that's a little wonky because he's missing 2.
Yes. The typical Xanathar logo has 10 spokes on it. The
Okay.
one that you found on the land shark had 8.
Hey, how's the taxidermy going?
That was a 1 week long process. It has been 24 hours.
Okay, so it's still going.
Yes. So, back at Troll Skull Manor. The sun is getting close to setting. The Castellaners will be expecting you at any moment now to be meeting them at their villa. Have you guys done all of the talking and planning that you need to do as a group?
No.
But you didn't let us go back to Pumon's.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
explained them to the
Ridiculous.
beholder.
Terrible DM.
Yeah, we explained them to the beholder. That's kind of so I forgot. I
Okay.
got distracted.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I missed all of that because I was feeding my cat.
There's 10 different rays, essentially, and 10 fun, exciting roulette of ways to die.
And I was asking
That's all it ran.
if we cut off the little eyeballs,
When he does
if that
his-
turned off the magic.
I mean, that would possibly, but his anti-magic cone is from the center eye.
Blind
Yeah,
him.
he's got.
She said we just need someone to get far enough back and shoot him with an arrow in the eye.
Well,
It's a 150-foot cone.
Think about how far this reach.
It doesn't say. It's a 150-foot cone.
It reaches out 150 feet.
Well, that's for
I was
magic.
150 degrees.
It literally just says in a 100.
150 foot cone.
Okay.
Big cone.
Big cone, up to
Big cone.
interpretation.
an ice cream cone.
Basically, any character that the beholder is staring directly at and its peripheral around that area cannot use magic.
But an arrow isn't
So-
magic.
Get behind it then.
Wait, so I have a question. I don't really use magic. I have celestial abilities. Does that...
Your D&D Beyond will tell you if it's a
Do I
magic.
not have a short bow in here? Does this app not have a short bow?
So keep to long range. Is that basically what we're trying to do? He'd have henchmen though.
So the cone is 150 foot wide and its range is 120 feet. Which is outside the range of most bows.
Okay.
Where would
Okay.
it tell me?
In other words, we're
What
kind
are
of
so
screwed if we get into an actual fight with him.
so?
I mean,
then
we're
let's
definitely gonna try to
avoid it.
avoid
What
the
do
fight.
we want to say?
Let's kill a demon.
No.
If you guys want to involve the Castellaners with this before then, you can speak with them and get a plan together. But if you want to do all of your planning individually as the Valkyries before that, that's fine too. I just want to let you know that that's a possibility.
Do you think?
What
the
do we
castle
want to do
has-
first? Like what alchemy?
Let's go grab. I say we should go grab 4 healing potions.
If we
Okay.
can afford them.
We can afford them.
It's
They're-
45 gold.
They're
Oh.
each. Is it 45? He said.
He said
Yeah.
10% off, so it'd be $5 or 5 gold off.
Okay, so
So
45.
45 a piece.
Yeah, I can only afford one, so I can afford.
We can all afford our own, right?
Yeah.
So we'll just do that.
Okay. So we go back there.
You all buy a potion of healing.
Yep.
They are $50 a piece.
You
These are
said
45.
10% off.
Yes, I did. 10%.
Just for that, you should give us a little extra.
No.
40.
Actually, you know what? You're buying in bulk. I'll give you a discount. You can have them for 40 each.
Woo!
Yeah, I don't have to do
Math is fun. I'm broke again, guys.
Did you
I have
take
10.
any out of the bank to cover that?
No.
No. We all had cash all those on us.
So
We
before
all
meet-
did full long rest, right? Before
Yeah.
this? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I just need to add to my inventory the potion instead of just taking the money out of
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, thank you for that one.
Where the heck is my inventory? Oh, there it is.
Where's regular healing? It just says greater. I don't need greater healing. Can't
Oh, I have a
afford that.
scroll. What's this scroll that I have? I don't even remember.
What is the standard potion of healing?
That is,
Is that the 4d4 plus 4?
No.
I think it's 2d4 plus 4.
Why won't it let me choose a red? D&D Beyond only wants me to have a greater potion of healing superior.
Just search potion of healing. It's 2d4 plus 2.
Plus 2.
Oh, there it is. There we go.
Where is it?
If you
Oh,
tap
it is
potion-
technically the greater one.
Yeah. No, if you touch filter by and choose potion,
Yep.
it takes potion of healing out.
What?
So if you type healing in the filter
Well-
search and then just don't select anything.
That's so dumb.
Exactly.
D&D Beyond.
So wait, so we get the 2d4 or the 4d4?
These potions that you're buying for $40 each are 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
The ones that are 44 plus 2 are 250.
Mine
Speaking
has
of
a
Dave, I
map
just
of all of
evidently
it.
Paid my Twitch subscription. PayPal's like, you gave $5 to Twitch. I'm like, there's only one person that I watch on Twitch.
That's why I have Amazon Prime.
They have a potion of animal
I
friendship.
use my Prime to.
Not like you need it.
There's
I know.
two bigger Twitch streamers I watch.
A
There's
portable
Rafi
hole?
and then Secret Tree, which is also another artist. So every other month I
man.
give my Twitch
Do you want to
Prime.
ask him about it?
I don't really. Do we want to find out about a portable hole?
That sounds like a good time.
Wait,
You're terrible.
wait, I disappear? Why do I feel like we experienced a portable hole in one of our other campaigns? Like,
Yeah, you did. You had one. It got you
I
guys through
did!
a jam.
Yes, I remember!
So do you
A
want?
portcullis dropped, and you were like, "Ah, shit! What do we do?" And you threw a portable hole in the wall and stepped through it, Looney Tunes style.
So do we want to
Pick your jaw up off the ground. What's that?
So
What happens
do
when
we
you
want to
laugh
do
and
that
your parents
then and
suck
just
your
nope
dick?
out of there?
We could. How much is the portable hole?
That'd be stand by. Sam, does that say if that's an uncommon or rare?
Give me just a second. So, somebody else want to read this? It's real small.
Portable hole is wondrous item, rare container.
Oh
Rare.
no.
That's gonna run you about
Go back.
750 gold pieces.
Yeah, it'll be
then.
alright.
You can't give us a deal?
Yeah.
Can we
700.
rent your portable hole?
Can we rent it?
Certainly not.
What if I can work for you to pay it off?
We already got one of your henchmen on contract.
Yeah, you have another one.
That's
This
all
doesn't
right.
fly.
A potion of mind reading.
That's all right. We got enough of us. Thank you.
I think
I don't think that would
I
work.
have a.
Would a potion of mind reading technically classify as magic? So he wouldn't be able to read.
I think so.
It would null and void it. Because it's a potion, it's not a spell.
Let me check.
Because it
Apple
says,
users, how do I make this stupid little pop-up go away?
because it says when you
blocking my
drink this
tabs.
potion, you gain the effect of the detect thoughts spell.
Where is it? Predictive. That should take it.
Yay!
If that didn't do it, it might be.
That did it.
Okay. I was gonna say, if that didn't take it off, it might be the floating.
That just completely negates all magic.
What about a ring of mind shielding?
Sam, stop
Sorry.
looking at magic at them.
No, I actually was trying to find the healing potion, and then I was like, ooh, what are all these?
Alright, do you have any other business to attend to at the Invulnerable Vagrant?
What?
No.
No.
Ring of shooting stars? Sounds fun. Chris, like,
Sounds
shut
like
up,
a
Sam,
perfect-
let's go.
It sounds like the perfect accessory to Moonbeam.
Moonbeam. Stars.
You could be Sailor Moon. Sorry.
I'll have to give you a magical item that gives you like a transformation sequence. Alright, so. Valkyries, what are you doing?
What is our as Valkyries without any other
I just thought
outside
of something.
influence? What do we want out of this?
To
To not die.
Literally just to live.
Just
And have a way of fulfilling our contract with the Castle Hunters.
One way or another, we're out of the contract with the Cast Lanterns.
Yeah, either we die or we succeed.
and then we'll
I meant
take
they
in the
die or we
children.
succeed.
Bring in the children. We'll take
But we
them
can't
under
let
our-
the children be taken.
Yeah, but if they
Because even
die,
if
we're
the
still.
Castle Hunters die, the children still get their souls taken.
We'll fight God.
If we can't
It's
beat
not
the
God, it's
Xanathar,
the
how are we
devil.
gonna beat God?
And it's not God we're going against, it's the devil.
That's even better. I can speak abysmal. We'll be fine.
I can speak. Celeste.
I shouldn't
I can
speak,
do that too.
or else things get worse.
Do what?
I said I shouldn't speak, or else things get worse.
Oh, and I can speak Infernal, so I can definitely talk to it.
All right. So we don't know what we're trying to do. So I guess we should talk to Mr. Castle and find out.
Just so we're aware, because I just thought of this, our whole healing word and healing touch and cure wounds and shit isn't gonna work if we're in that 150 cone.
Mine will.
Playing hand pool. It's not magic. It's a feat.
Mine's celestial. It's not magic.
So they're good.
It's Celestial
then
I'm
Legacy.
be
screwed.
social
How about
too.
you?
I have cure
You're
wounds.
talking about lay on
But
hands
it's a
cool,
spell.
Well, I have.
right?
It's a spell.
I
Can't use it within the
have.
150 feet of the eyeball.
I know.
So we have our potions. That's
Yeah, we
it.
got
I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Da, 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 da.
What does PHB mean?
Player's handbook.
I'm stupid, thank you. As soon as I looked at that and you said players, I'm like, I'm dumb.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because
Because it's not magic, it's a trait.
Yes.
It's like an inborn skill.
yeah.
To just be. You're healed. Oh. Sounds like a real life Jehovah's Witness.
So, is it under agreement now we should just see
Do we want to see if the Castellaners have any fun gadgets that can make us live, or
I don't know.
just go into
It's
it?
probably a good idea.
So the team starts making their way towards the sea ward. The traffic is not too bad. It is a little picked up. You do happen to witness a little wedding processional through the streets that kind of blocks traffic as you see two gnome figures in large, kind of throne-like chairs being carried through the streets.
Are they the ones we burst to the house of?
No.
Oh.
I'm so happy about that. I hope they have a long, beautiful life.
Large procession, a lot of instruments, a lot of merriment, and it kind of acts as a stark backdrop against the pit in your stomach of the realization of the gravity of what you're about to walk into. A few moments later, you do find yourself at the gates of Castle Inter Villa, where you do actually see beyond the gates Lady and Lord Castellanter speaking with a cadre of about 15 of their recruits, you can imagine. Some of them armed, some of them you could wager armed, but a little bit more subtly so. You can definitely see a little padding underneath their cloaks.
Do I see my father in there at all?
Make a perception check.
Nah.
Not that
I
you
feel like I shouldn't use this one.
There's people in the crowd.
I saw the greatest analogy for that on TikTok where it's like, if you roll a natural one as like a big burly like tank character for kicking down a door, and you roll a natural one, it's not your character forgot how to punch, it's wow, that door's a lot harder than you thought it was. I was like, that's a nice way to explain it
Yeah.
for when you roll natural one on things you're like super proficient in.
As the butler notices your approach, he opens the door for you. A gentleman by the name of Wilford that you'd met before, tiefling fellow. He said, "Oh, welcome. They've been expecting you." It's close to the gate. Multiple locks. You start to approach the castle enters. Ah, yes. Our most esteemed guest, welcome. If you could please excuse us. And the crowd sort of gets dismissed, a lot of them, just kind of like making final adjustments, tidying up their belt, kind of making sure that everything is nice in
I thought we
place.
were told that they weren't supposed to come with anybody else.
And the crowd disperses.
Okay.
As in, like, they leave the estate and start blending into the crowd. Although, what is your passive perception is like 18 or something, right?
Sure is.
You actually notice two of them starting to climb a large rope leading up to some of the rooftops.
Come alone.
Those who do not prepare fail, in our experience.
See, this is
Rubs it
why
in our face.
we tried. Well, what are we supposed to do? All we have is intel at this point. We don't got money yet. No money.
Please
We don't got
understand.
We bought
connections.
potions. We have no money.
We buy our friends.
Please understand, I do not mean that as a slap in the face. It is just that it certainly does not hurt to have someone watching your back. As I do appreciate, we will watch each other's backs tonight, yes.
Of course.
Lady Amalia kind of steps forward and speaks. I believe that it's in our best interest if we claim to not be allies, just two parties aligned in the same direction, looking to bring aboard a third ally.
That's
in the
how we
same
made it
direction.
sound, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We played it to him that we weren't all that interested in the
Then it
castle
sounds
hunters.
that
We
we're on
just
the same page.
wanted the
It's fantastic.
So we'll arrive at different times.
So we
Or
should arrive
separately.
not, together.
Yeah.
I believe that would be the best course of action. You will see our groups watching and keeping an eye on you. I hope you understand that
See
they
nothing.
Exactly.
Literally.
I do not believe that this Xanathar is interested in the cash reward. I believe that he is interested in the power it holds over us. And I believe he intends to exploit that.
I don't know if it's the power over you specifically or necessarily just the glory and power it would hold over the entire city.
I do not know of this man's operations. I know he's a one who deals in the darkness. I can only imagine his wealth, though. Given his reputation, he may be entirely better off than us. I have no idea his intentions, but I know of his arrogance. Amalia. Either way, I believe it would be in our best interest to find a peaceful resolve to this. However, in the end, we do need to find a way that the majority of whatever's found winds up in our possession. And she looks at Victoria and he kind of gives her a nod, as per our arrangements. Yes.
Yes.
So, I would be happy to take the reins on negotiations, as it is a bit of a skill of mine, I believe. Any
Not
objections?
with my words, so
No
it's all yours.
You got
Right.
this, boo.
If you leave now, we will be but 5 minutes behind you. Any other questions? Right then.
Other than why will freaking D&D Beyond stop just
We
giving me
still need our
descriptions of
artifact.
things? There we go.
Oh yeah, don't
Oh,
need our
yeah, we need
artifact.
I don't know that you were asked to bring it.
Yeah, I thought you said
I
bring
think we
it.
were supposed to bring it. I think we're all three of us were supposed to bring it.
I don't remember that being part of the negotiations, but if all of you remember that, then I suppose it must have been true.
I don't remember it, but I'll
let
go with the
me-
group.
Let us look.
Chris, you better
Aw.
not murder Christian with this.
I bought it because I thought I could make some cool reflections in photos, but it's just totally transparent. It doesn't do anything for me.
Oh man. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty smooth.
So
I have no notes on the matter. I barely have any notes about our encounter with Mr. Xanathar.
I don't think that you
I
guys
literally
would say
have
that.
weapons are in box C, password is beauty is in the eye. Xanathar, spooky beholder guy, 5 silhouettes, too small, too large, the mind slayer, and a globby boy. Xanathar. In 2 weeks, we're going to meet at the docks with vampires and attempt not to die. Upside down smiley face.
Alright, so I guess no, we don't need
I don't think that was part of the negotiations. If you guys are
Then
okay
don't let us die if we don't have it.
well, that's a negotiating tool for you guys because if the Xanathar kills you, then he's not going to be able to get it.
Cool.
Yeah, unless the cast was like, yeah, we actually have it in our vault.
that they own.
We're best friends, by the way. All right, so you guys make your way out of the estate. As you turn to look around, you see both Lord and Lady Castellanter kind of like buttoning up their hoods, and you see a massive jewel hanging at a necklace underneath Lady Castellanter.
The jewel.
It's hard to get a grasp on it, but you do notice like a very opalescent shine almost coming from her hood that she quickly buttons up. And you guys start to make your way towards the docks.
Could we just ask her, is that what we think it is?
What?
Um,
I don't know what that is.
you guys have already kind of
The
started
stone.
That
Oh, there's
stone
the 3
that-
fragments
yeah.
in the stone?
Oh.
with your passive perception being so ridiculously bonkers. You can tell you've seen their fragment before.
Yeah, it's in the bank.
Yes, it was on display in the bank, and it was kind of like shining with this green energy. And what she was wearing was almost like a diamond color, like clear white brightness.
Oh.
It's the stone. It's the stone, laddies.
When did you become Scottish?
It's the ghost
So-
of Flora.
Yep.
As you approach the seaward, it's a bit of a long walk, although the traffic has mostly died out with the sun basically setting at this point. The cold sea air starts to fill your nostrils, and as you're walking towards the seaward or the dock ward, the lamps are getting progressively darker, further spaced apart. You actually notice this is your first time in the dock ward at night that some of the lamp posts have been smashed out and their candles stolen. So as you get further and further, it's getting a little bit more worse for wear. There are the occasional bar fights breaking out side to side, but as you're walking, you do seem to notice that there's a bit of a posse starting to kind of slowly tail you guys. Some on the rooftops, some on the keeping their distance, of course, but some of them starting to tail you. As you make your way towards the docks, you find the pre-negotiated place. It's a relatively unassuming area. There's multiple docks that stick out and kind of branch out for large merchant ships, but this is a part that typically doesn't see a whole lot going on. Usually this is for smaller merchant vessels that just kind of come day by day. At this point of the night, it's almost entirely
I think
cleared out.
Dockward might be.
How well would I know this area since
that's the seaward.
my father?
Probably the dockwards where the docks and the harbors are.
Dockward.
Hey.
Yes, specifically, you
Well, I looked
guys
here and I saw the southern ward. I was like, no, it can't be anywhere near here.
You guys are at the, like the
Somewhere
very
else.
southern tip of those last couple of docks right there. Yes, that's correct.
So we're not in the dock ward. We're actually in the southern ward. No.
So,
I was right.
We're lost.
yeah, basically this part is entirely emptied out at this point of the night. Is there anything that you guys want to do?
How well would I know this area for, like, for example, if we needed to make a run for it or something like that? Would I know a quick getaway spot growing up in the...
I don't believe so, but you can make a history check.
A long time.
But I'm going to say it's with disadvantage because you have not been to this particular part. If you were helping your dad, it would have been in the wealthy shipyard.
Okay.
Seaward, the one that's.
So
under
this is
the coast.
Elmira. Got it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much. It's at 11.
Okay.
I am going to just kind of inspire everybody. You get inspired.
Woo!
We already have inspiration from.
You have a DM inspiration.
Oh, this is Bardic
This Bardic
inspiration.
inspiration will last for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
Doubly inspired. I've
Woohoo!
never been more inspired in my life.
What does the DM inspiration do?
I don't know where the other one went.
What does the DM inspiration do?
So
Does
you
it let me
use
reroll?
Advantage on any
Advantage.
So you get this one. don't know
Ooh,
where
it's
the other one
pretty.
Okay. I still have one if for a ranger.
Alright, folks, let's die.
Alright. Let's
You
go
shut
back.
up.
To be fair, the only person who's gonna die is me because I bought a mini.
So,
Bailey's in the protection prison. That's where she stays.
you've granted everyone an inspiration. A moment goes by, and you feel a chill wind being carried over the air that goes out, and in an instant snuffs out the remainder of the candles illuminating the ward. The only light that you see is from the dimly lit moon, crescent moon up in the sky right now, very subtly casting a silhouette around any of the other. Sorry? No.
Keep going.
A moment passes by, and you hear a massive clang of metal. Like a massive set of hinges screeching.
Trapdoor.
And with your ridiculously high passive perception, I'm just going to say that you see a large sewer grate from a few docks down has just opened up. And from it, you see a large
Alligator.
silhouette
Oh.
coasting, flying effortlessly across the sea. In this same moment, from this gate, you see a skittering of other shadows kind of crawling and clambering their way around the docks.
Come alone.
I feel like it's pretty unfair that we're the only ones that don't have a posse.
I know.
Wow, it's almost as if I tried to give you some with a thief and a fighter and a bard.
We were told to come alone. We were following rules.
That's okay.
We're
So-
good eggs.
We didn't want to die.
Honestly, I didn't get that vibe from the bard or the fight. Who's the fighter?
Peter.
Better.
Who's that?
Your dark elf friend.
Remember, he was a brawler essentially for the.
Xanthar.
Yeah.
It's okay. It was like
The opposite of the Xanathar.
We didn't want
It was
to
a million
send our
years
friends
ago.
to
He's
their
the friends of the
death.
guy
And that's
that
okay.
jumped us in the street. And then we dismembered
Yeah,
his
I
friend.
I didn't get that vibe.
We didn't
However,
want to send our friends to their death. That's why.
Yeah, we'd rather die and let them mourn us instead.
so
Characters.
you do notice that as you're standing basically at the edge of one of these docks that juts out a good 20, 30 feet or so, that the other surrounding docks have been somewhat filled by these small skittering like creatures and a couple of medium humanoid sized creatures as well. It's a little hard to make out exactly what they are, but you can see the silhouettes of their arms, crossbows. Some of them are kind of like getting their swords, knives ready. Looking out
Nobody likes to
above
play
the
by the
ocean,
rules.
you see what you presume to be the Xanathar, just kind of surveying the area. You don't see its eye lit up or anything. You just see this large, amorphous blob almost, and its tendril eye stalks peering out over the ocean. It's at this time that the Castellanters and a small group of 5 arrive along with them, standing at the next dock over from you guys. At this point, you also notice that the remainder of their group seem to have assembled themselves up on the rooftops, crossbows at the ready.
I have a not very important question, but it's really bothered me, and I'm
Okay.
curious. So, since the Xanathar floats, can he float above water?
Yes,
Okay.
as he is right now.
Is he currently?
He's
doing
like 50 feet out
Oh,
away from the
okay.
water right now. He's not in front of you guys. He's taking in the scenery.
God, okay. Just random question I
He's
have.
just big chilling.
And in a moment, it turns around to face you. One large eye, the size of a man almost, opens itself and reveals itself to you.
Hi there, sir. I'll put him here. He right there.
You did a good job with him. Looks really good.
Thank you.
I don't like it.
Its large, wide, toothy grin starts to shine against the moonlight.
Kind of reminds me of, I don't remember what it's called, but the green plant monster thing from Mario.
A piranha plant?
Yeah,
Is it because he's on a little?
I think so.
Reminds me of a meatball.
As it starts coasting towards you,
Mike Wazowski, come dad.
you see Lord and Lady Castellanter throwing back their hoods. Finally, as you are standing out on a dock, the other group, the Castellanters themselves, are standing about halfway out onto a dock, and the Xanathar floats close towards the center, making direct eye contact with both groups. Oh, how I've longed for this day. A meeting of the minds of the high society, their rat-catcher friends, and my incomprehensible intellect. How do you do?
Fine.
I think I nodded
Where's the
my
goldfish?
head.
So far unseen.
Just making sure. No glint of glass in the moonlight.
Make a perception.
But I have passive perception of 18.
You can make a... yeah, what that basically means is that your perception check is never going to be below 18. But if you want to look specifically for something in hopes of rolling higher than that, you can.
I rolled higher.
Okay?
I don't want to do
Shadow over here
math.
is like a
24?
beholder stuck in an elfin body.
24?
Yeah.
You don't see the glimmer of, glass or anything like that. Although you do notice... Excuse me. There is one
rat's just
silhouette.
holding a glass.
Yeah. There's just a random ass goblin that's just got this bowl and he's trying his real hardest not to drop it. No, that is not happening. You do notice one last silhouette that is not emerged from the sewer grate. A kind of tendrily looking monster, the mind flayer that you'd seen before. The dude with the octopus looking head that'll just suck your brains out. He is standing at the sewer grate just kind of observing at this point. Victoro finally manages to speak
I
up.
like it.
Speaking in a almost authoritative tone, you guys know, because you've spoken with him, that he's not the type to get intimidated very easily, and
Yeah, he's Dracula.
even at his very best right now, you can see sort of like a nervous like little tapping of his fingers as he's putting on this face. We are well. It's not often that our prestige is matched by any of our usual company we keep. It is an honor to share your presence, Mr. Xanathar, if that is your preference. Cut crap, smooth talker. I'm here on business, not to get my boot licked. Very well.
Did you say butt or boot?
Boot.
Okay.
Very well.
Does he even have one?
The three of us
No shoes.
hold three parts to a greater whole. Separate, they are useless, but together, they may be the source of. Yeah, never remembers embezzled treasure hoard. I've heard it all before. Let me ask you this: why squabble and bleed over something so boring as gold when my fragment itself is already one of the greatest treasures known to monster kind? And if you guys ever want to interject, you're more than welcome to. But if you prefer to stay hands off, they will continue.
I like watching you talk to yourself.
Same.
Because I believe you enter the war, and losing by the looks of it. I mean, having to resort to attacking city criers in the streets. What do you know about the land shark incident? All I know is your organization seems to be getting desperate. And why not have us as accomplices, after all?
Wow.
You surely are getting dragged through the mud right now. Imagine trying to fight this war on two fronts. The Xanathar starts shaking. All of the tendrils and the eyeballs start like going on this like wild spree until it finally just like clamps down and bites down with its massive jaws and just kind of... All of his troops immediately start to raise their arms towards the Castellangers.
This is going well.
And what about you? Surely the largest gold reserve in the city can cough up the coins in its coffer to pay off a few demons? Amalia speaks up, almost as if insulted. You know nothing of which you speak. Come down, my love. Perhaps it's not the same in your world, but up here on the surface, our assets are not liquid. It's not as if we can just take a large sack of gold from the repository and cast it into the flame as an offering. Oh, I assure you I can liquefy it for you amongst other things.
That's such a good one-liner. Sorry.
And you may play coy and innocent, but I know how deep you are. So I ask you this. As Founders Day approaches, and your souls will be forfeit without the offering, or cooperate, and I can simply wait you out. With you out of the picture, no one will be there to watch over poor Elzarina and Terenzio. Your children will fetch a high price, I'm sure. Smaller backs take longer to break.
Because they're bad parents.
You wouldn't dare. Besides, that would still leave one piece left along with the Stone of Galore to act as the final key. Ah, it's true. And then what about all of you? What are your thoughts on all of this?
I'm trying to. It was so hard to remember what I said last time.
Xanathar doesn't care about the gold; he cares about the glory. We say he found it. We take the gold. Xanathar helps us kill demons.
But why would we get into this?
We were trying to be the ones on the outside.
Trying to help.
But why are we trying to help? Is what I'm trying to think of.
In a way that doesn't
Feasible
make us.
So two things happened in the conversation so far that struck you as odd. Firstly, the Xanathar got very visibly upset when mentioning the land shark attack. Secondly, either he had misinformation or knows something that you don't know about the Castellanger contract. From what he's said, it implied that Victoro and Amelie's souls were on the line,
Not the children.
not the children's. But that's something that all of you just kind of like looked at each other like, did he just say that? So either it's wrong information or you've been told the wrong information. But the Xanathar is currently under the impression that the castle enters themselves, Victoro and Amelie, would be the ones.
Should we?
We know nothing about the contract, remember? Because we're not part of. We're not friends.
We're just hired help, to be honest. 10% finder's fee of around $1 million gold is more money than any of us have ever seen in our entire lives.
And who is your benefactor?
Ourselves.
Would the Harpers be a reasonable...
Yeah, I would say that.
The Harpers Guild?
Harpers come to settle with me?
Unintentionally, we weren't aware when we began this quest that you were involved. It's not a personal slight.
And yet it's a string you continue to pull. You could have turned this information over to your superiors, and yet here you are, looking to get a little coin yourselves.
A little money goes a long way.
It's a dangerous game you play.
Unfortunately.
You feel confident you'd find it. Yes.
I feel like he's looking into your soul.
Find what? Out of character. I'm confused.
The Cache of Dragons.
Okay, thank you.
With the right
Are
kind
we
of help,
confident that we would find it
we
there?
could find it.
That's all you guys. I didn't want to go down this.
Make a persuasion check.
High charisma, right?
I keep saying.
You have inspiration.
That's my
Oh, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
One of them.
Fuck.
What are you doing?
You
What?
have your
Roll.
DM inspiration, which gives you advantage
Yeah,
on a
this
check
just
if you
allows
cover
you
the-
Huh.
an advantage.
Aha! I'm gonna use my inspiration.
You don't have to. Okay.
Well, this one only lasts 10 minutes. Do that one.
Well, I don't know what happened. Okay, so what was I doing? Persuasion.
Yes.
Okay.
The bardic
16?
is on attack rolls only, right?
It's any
Any skill check.
ability attack or saving
Yes.
throw.
Okay.
I admire your boldness. Perhaps I'll recruit you at the end of this. Are you looking to turn your back on your friends so I can make it worth your while?
Oh fuck.
Did just me.
Price is
What?
right.
Depends on how everything goes.
10,000 gold right now. You swear your allegiance to me.
What is happening?
10,000 for 3? That's it?
For 3?
To turn my back on the 3
Oh,
people?
yeah.
You turn your back on us, I swear to God, I will kill you right now.
Yeah, but
Bailey can't tell if he's being serious, so she whispers that at him.
Nurse can't tell if he's being serious.
well, I have ideas in my head that are in my head.
You basically made you've come to terms that you're probably gonna die, so are you just gonna
Would you like me to kill you? Or would you like me to kill you?
sacrifice yourself for the greater good?
What do you think Horgas would do?
He wouldn't do it.
He's good.
Yeah, he wouldn't do it. He wants to help them out.
And what do you say?
I have to turn it down.
I admire your moxie, little human.
Human? He's a Menasmar.
You claim to be something else.
Why does he win?
Don't show all your cards.
What secrets do you hold?
You can clearly tell I'm not human. Look at my skin compared to the other ones.
Perhaps it's best you don't play your hand now then. Secrets like this you should keep. And the rest of you,
I was literally telling you to shut up.
what's your place in all this? Hardly a musician's place to get involved.
We're friends.
And what could that possibly mean?
A lot.
It means we
A lot
can't
to
be
me.
bought.
Not much to you. What friends do you have? That was Kingdom Hearts
another character lined up, right?
He's like, do I kill my wife again?
Seems like you buy all your friends.
It slowly drifts closer to you until you are face to face with
Does it have
this
a face?
like basketball-sized eye staring at you.
Okay. This is big now. This is his eyeball. Oh, okay. Mike Wazowski. Exactly!
With a purple
Cecilia.
energy starts floating in front of you.
If you
Hey,
kill
we're
me
play-
now, you won't get the piece. You might not get the piece.
Maybe what's stopping me?
How are you supposed to find where you don't know?
I had 0 response.
There are ways of getting information.
Doesn't even realize.
I have specialists for such matters.
What about information that we don't have? The
Such
last time
as?
we saw you, you dusted the only person that knew where our piece was.
So what value are you to me now, then, if you don't know the own location of your own fragment?
He left us information, we just haven't looked at it in preparation for this meeting to use as a bargaining tool. I'm lying on my ass so fucking hard right now. Why would I make myself...
Chris really appreciates this, but I do have to have you make a deception check.
Thank God.
And I really hope it works for you.
Yeah, inspiration.
Yeah, I'd use that DM inspiration.
Yep, I'm gonna use the DM inspiration. It's a 15.
So, now that you've gotten close up, this purple eye stalk you're noticing, as it's like juddering and charging with energy, it's got a large, almost like a ring around it that's jostling and like filling it with some kind of arcane energy right now. The other tendrils don't seem to have this, but this purple disintegration ray, as you've seen, seems to have this sort of magical charge on it. But it withdraws. Wise move indeed.
Earthquake!
Actually, as you guys are speaking, you do hear the sound of like a shaking underneath the ground, and you almost start to lose your feet as the ground starts to rumble. It says, "Oh, don't worry about that. Just a little distraction of mine to keep the guard busy."
Wind shark?
No! That was not my doing!
I see. That explains some things.
He's right, the marking on it is. But I'm not charismatic.
And the Xanathar immediately switches its glance over back to Victoro. Who,
Okay, so the Zentarum trying to make the Xanathar look bad. Try.
the Xanathar moves from your group back over to the two Castellanters. I've had enough of this petty squabble. A peaceful endeavor this shall be.
Sounds great.
Starts floating towards Victoria. But I can't let you go unpunished for your little spectacle at the market yesterday. I know it was you. He starts raising up menacingly over Victoria. He's still trying his best to stand his ground and start looking as littly intimidated as possible, but you can start seeing him like taking steps back from all of this. When all of this is over, and you all look back upon this moment, know that this was an act of mercy and peacekeeping.
I already know that.
A purple ray emanates and blasts Victoro back into the water. Amalia screams, gets down to her knees with the most blood-curdling shriek you've ever heard, and like starts to reach down towards the water and start pulling up pieces of wet clothing of his and the robes. The Xanathar turns towards the rest of the group. I hope we have understood our boundaries. Yes. I expect that we work amicably towards this goal.
What exactly?
He just
was
dusted
the end goal?
Victorio because Victorio's the one that made the land shrink.
How do we know that?
We don't.
We don't.
The
But he
Xanathar
he does.
thinks that. Do you have,
I wanted to like scream, "How do you know that?" But I waited for the cutscene to end.
do you still want to say that?
Rewind.
Can we rewind?
Fortunately, he ignores you. Blasts Victoria into the water.
I have Zone of Truth. I could have used that.
As all of this happens, the ground rumbles again. Not the ground, the water starts to rumble.
God damn, I threw them.
And shake
Opposite of land shark.
and wave. The water, which was once this dark blue color emanated from the moon, is starting to turn into this swirling red. It's almost purplish hue as it swirls.
Did he ever say what the end goal actually is that we're working towards?
Finding the treasure.
He wants all the pieces.
The water where Victorio had fallen into, in a massive whirlpool of swirling cosmic reds and purples and magenta tones, the water ripples and starts sending the ships in the entire dock rocking and bashing against the docks. All of the troops all start to look around in absolute terror. Even the Xanathar is starting to look a little upset. And a
It's
little
the
worried.
devil.
As all of this happens, a bright, hot, white flash of light emanates. The Xanathar shrieks out in sheer pain. All of its eyes immediately shut, and it starts not sprinting, but as fast as a Xanathar can possibly go towards the sewer
Bright
grates.
light. Bright light. He doesn't like light.
I need all of you to make a Constitution check, please. Excuse me, Constitution saving throw.
I want to use my
If you're proficient in
inspiration.
that, then you would add your proficiency modifier.
I can't get my notes. I'm afraid.
Wow. Can I use more than one inspiration for roll?
Wait, can I use my bardic inspiration on that? Is that how that works?
I used my bardic one.
You
but
already used your bardic, didn't you?
I used the DM one.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I just used my bardic
Oh,
one,
what
but
did
can
I
I
say?
use my
Is it
DM one too?
Constitution?
Yes.
Okay.
What are you doing? You're supposed to re-roll this.
No, I was using my bardic. 7.
Okay.
So sorry. 18.
Oh well, then I did that wrong.
18.
I had 5.
He's got wicked constitution.
Well,
No, I don't.
What?
I had.
I-
You said, oh, you added 7 too.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes way more sense because I read that as 7.
Yep, I know.
And
Thank
then
you.
with my modifier, 18.
Everybody here got above 10?
Mine's 10 exactly.
Okay. So all of you, seeing all of this go down, are immediately able to shield your eyes. The Xanathar, having to roll basically 8 dice, they failed the first one, was completely blinded by this white, hot, flashing light. Immediately, it starts soaring towards the sewers. I'll be in touch! And all of his troops start screaming and sprinting away as Amelie is like sobbing uncontrollably over this wet pile of clothing that used to be her beloved husband. Just screaming in agony, pure terror. She turns towards the group. Her mascara is just streaming down her face. Leave us! Please! Please go! Please! You don't be here for this! Go! All of her troops have evacuated the premises. At this point, it is you and Amelie in this massive whirlpool that's gone down to the bottom of the dock at this point. Like,
I really
you can
want to see what happens.
the
Well,
land.
maybe from afar.
I'm gonna sprout my wings and fly and grab her and fly up.
Amelie,
Yep.
How much you want to bet we were the ones who had incorrect information, and if something happens and Victoria dies ahead of time, it fucks up the contract?
Probably.
As you
And we've opened a portal to hell.
But what I want to do is I want to grab her, fly up a little bit, and talk to her and actually see what is going on.
So,
Hello?
as you do this, as you start to approach her, I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Well, we're not that far away, am I?
Any our contract with them is
We're
now
another dock. Like,
void.
if we were, like, here,
Oh, okay.
None of it
she's on,
matters.
like, this one, and I'm like, this one.
An 11. This tie fucking hates me.
As your wings erupt from your body and you start to dive into the air, you immediately feel all of your muscles tense up as Amelie has ripped out her hand and clutched you almost in midair with a hold person spell. No! This is my sin to bear. Go!
What's rolling way better.
I can't do that.
She releases the spell. Please. You shouldn't be here.
What is happening? What is going on?
I can explain later. You don't want to be here for this.
How can you explain later if you're dead?
And she like rips open the top part of her
Cloak.
her cloak and reveals a large diamond that's glowing in her hand as she pushes it down to Victorio's clothes. Asmodeus. And she starts praying.
Uh-oh.
Oh, balls. She's praying to Asmodeus to...
Another wave of searing white hot light almost repelling you from the area. You all take a step back and catch your feet. What do you do?
I guess we...
I still want to
I want to know what
be
the
like
what the crap.
a little bit from afar.
So you're gonna like try and see what's going on from a distance? Like go hide?
Yeah, I want to try and be stealthy.
I'm
Against
the
something.
opposite of stealthy. I literally am.
I'm glowing right now.
Can you turn that off?
No. Not until I turn off the ability and I can't fly anymore.
Can you like go take a cold shower or something? All right.
Do you want me to roll for stealth or just? be
If
stealthy?
long as you guys decide that like you want to go take cover behind a building, I'm gonna say that you are stealth for the purposes of this.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, that's fine.
Alright. I guess I'll turn it off.
Oh. I mean,
She literally.
I don't
knocked
know
out
if
that
Bailey
fight.
is completely opposed to Amadeus in terms of like
What's your deity?
Nyx.
Oh.
Which is like the goddess of the passage, right? Like when you die, it
She's-
ferries you.
No, she is the. If I'm thinking of the right one, I might be calling her the wrong name, but she is the one that's essentially like raise it all to the ground. Humans are fucking garbage. Humans destroy the natural world, raise it to the ground, get rid of it. Case in point, humans are destroying the world.
Wait, so... Sorry, I gotta...
Both in game and in real life.
What do you mean? It only went from 1 week of spring to summer immediately.
And it only snowed 4 times in the past month.
Right?
So, the three of you are taking cover, and Faley is staunchly deciding not to.
He shows
I mean,
up.
she's taking cover. She's not like, I must stand on this bridge.
Okay, but like you're going with the rest of your group.
Yeah.
There's a building like not too far away from the docks.
Yeah.
You guys can all like poke your heads out from behind to see if you
Can we
want.
still hear
Yes.
something?
Well,
I knew that.
here's the thing. Amelie is praying in Abyssal.
He can hear it. He can understand it.
Full play-by-play on what she's saying to these guys.
Chris forgets we can talk to everything! Mushroom, talk to it. The forest, talk to
Fish!
it. Talk to it. Horses, talk to it. To be fair.
So,
Die.
so. From this sea of red and purple that has swallowed up the entirety of the bay, this massive whirlpool emerges a handsome, lean, tiefling-like creature
Does it look like
that
Lucifer?
slowly rises out from the center of the whirlpool and sets itself down on
I
the dock.
appreciate
gently.
the organ.
It's very Castlevania.
Amelie, inconsolable, screaming and crying through her words. Acting as a translator, Horrorghast, I presume?
Yep.
Shh. It will be okay, dear. I'm here to make it right. What a naughty old boy that one is. He starts combing her hair a little bit with his hand.
Yes.
But you've been a good steward of mine, haven't you? Yes. 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 And you've done everything I've asked of you. Tilting her head up. Yes. Yes. I certainly have. You're one of my favorites. And for you, and your husband's service, I deeply thank you. As a sign of good faith, and with this offering, taking the gem from her hands, I will return him to you. And in a moment, the heaping pile of clothes starts to reanimate and shake and grow until you see the humanoid figure of Victoria Castellanter once again lying on the docks with a deep starting to take in his surroundings. This creature steps out into the air beyond the dock. Victoro and Amelie Castellanter. Know that I am a deeply generous benefactor to those who serve me. But I am nothing if not a man of my word. 1 day from Founder's Day, you will offer to me 1 shy of 1 million gold coins and 1 shy of 100 unfortunate souls. Lest the souls of your 3 children will be mine for safekeeping. Now go forth. There's still much for you to do. And the ocean swallows up this creature, leaving Victoro and Amelie Castellanter on the docks.
I don't remember. Did they already have the 100 souls?
I wondered.
This is the absolute first time.
Yeah, I would say I don't remember hearing about that. So,
If what the Xanathar
as the dais is gone, right?
To the best of your knowledge.
I'm gonna poke my head out.
How about she pokes her head out? Her perception's way better.
I was gonna talk to him.
Please don't do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to him in Abysmal. Because he was talking in Abysmal, right? To her?
That's correct.
Oh, jeez.
So about these souls.
Yeah, we're gonna slate back a little bit more.
He probably already knows we're back here.
He can't translate to us either, so we have no clue what's going on. He's just
You are
screaming.
speaking in Abyssal to Victoria and
Yeah.
Amelie Castellanter.
Because I told you guys what was said, so you guys probably could pick out bits and pieces of what.
Yes, I've heard one song in Mandarin Chinese. I therefore can pick out bits and pieces
Yeah.
of a conversation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No.
Jorge has to be a little heated at this
So-
point.
If the land shark really was their doing,
Lantern.
I knew that was coming. Do you think that was part of the 100 souls they tried to get more souls?
Yes,
I
smart.
bet you they are trying to
Does that
essentially
actually 100
sacrifice the
souls in
Xanathar's
one?
crew.
Does it have to be 100 souls at one time, or can it be overtime? Like, what's the stipulation?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Calm down there, Horghast.
Right, just chill.
Horgaster, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as Victoro shoots his hand out towards you and casts a spell.
Wow.
Everybody's against you.
Oh shit. You said a wisdom?
Yep.
Inspiration is gone. I have one left.
I rolled a 5.
Okay.
We don't die, guys.
Come forward! and you are like immediately commanded, losing track of your body, almost like a puppet, puppet guided on a marionette. You see Horgas taking these long, awkward, lanky movements as if he's not controlling his body towards the cast lanterns. Amelie helps Victoro up.
How does he have the strength to do that? He just woke up from death.
That's quite the long rest.
It was only 2 minutes.
What have you heard? And
Did he say that in Abysmal or Abysmal?
Yes.
Okay.
almost as if it's his native tongue at this point.
Well, I saw you die. Saw your wife pray and have you come back.
Is this some kind of attempt at blackmail?
No.
Then what is it?
I want to know what's going on. I want the truth. Yeah, and I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Your body is still not under your control for the next minute.
Really?
Are you? It's a shame I don't know what this is. Is that like a charm or?
You have been cast Dominate Person upon, a 5th level spell.
Oh God.
So
Is it a concentration spell?
it is concentration.
How well are we hidden?
They're distracted right now, so
Holy.
basically entirely. And what was it that you had said one more time?
I just want to know what's going on. I want the truth. I didn't say I knew. No, like, obviously, he heard me say about something about the souls.
Are you revealing that fact?
No,
So you're
because
speaking,
I poked her. I poked my head around and said,
you're speaking
let's-
in Abyssal and claiming that you didn't hear the conversation that just happened.
"No, I
in
didn't.
Abyssal.
I didn't claim that. I'm ignoring the fact I heard the conversation. I'm not telling him I heard the conversation.
What you just saw
Figure out if that stone on her is.
was an unintended consequence of our contract.
I don't remember if it lights. I think
It's
it makes
in your
it
best
glow.
interest if you stop asking questions.
You brought us into this to help you with the contract.
Yes,
I thought we were trying to save your kids.
and you are. For your sake, information has been withheld from you.
I don't like being lied to.
Withheld information almost just got us killed.
Are you stepping out?
Well, this is abysmal. I don't know if you under.
Nope. Bailey don't know
This
shit.
is going on. Can I cast Locate Object to see if the stone that's around her neck is that stone that we have been described? It's been described to us.
Yep.
So I have a very good idea. It does not glow, so I will just know the exact location if it's within 1,000 feet from me, the direction and distance to it.
So you cast your spell.
Yeah.
You kind of get this radar signal pinging. And you have no idea where this object is located. In fact, when you peer around the corner, Lady Amalia no longer has that necklace.
Mother, I forgot that she gave it to the devil.
You've been given all the information you need to know.
Is that why we almost died?
You did not almost die.
No, I didn't. You did,
Yes.
and came back. I feel like there's information that we're not privy to that we should know.
And as this is happening, Victoro takes a few steps forward, his hand glowing with a energy that I can only describe as the pure essence of Infernal. I suggest you stop poking your nose where it shouldn't be.
Okay.
The spell is dropped from you. You have complete control over your body once again.
Okay.
We can discuss this at a later time. But for now, I suggest you forget what just happened for your sake.
How are we gonna explain that Victorio died and then Amelie sent away everybody and that he's just bad?
And that's her issue that she's got to figure out.
Yeah, sounds like a her problem.
Now, I will answer one question for you if you answer one question for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like that look.
Who else knows of what just happened?
Only me.
Make a deception check.
I mean, we don't know.
He was filling you in on the entire conversation.
Not what just happened.
Oh, ball sacks! 7.
Can I give you my bardic inspiration?
My rolls are really bad tonight?
Oh, but you have to do it ahead of time.
You rolled a 7?
Yeah.
Let's see how they do. Grabs your hand, pulls you in closer. I don't like liars.
We're talking in abysmal. How can anybody else understand us right now?
Puts his hand right into your chest. I.
You just died,
And-
didn't you?
Can we see that this is going on and going badly?
Yes, you can, but it's already going badly. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
So to not rile anything up.
Nat 20! I finally got a good roll tonight!
You
Grab
feel-
your heart and just put it back.
You feel
Kalima.
this horrible, deep, sucking energy going through your core, seeping its way through your veins. Your entire nervous system is firing at full capacity of this infernal horror going through your body. And in a moment of desperation, right when you feel like it could be the end, your wings sprout out and shoot the energy into the skies. Like the most incredible lightning storm you've ever seen.
Reverse lightning
Lucifer
rod.
getting his white wings.
They both take a step
His
back.
angel wings.
Perhaps we've underestimated you too. Perhaps we go our separate ways.
In what way?
We'll speak later.
We will speak later. And do you leave?
Yep. I'm not heading back
Very-
towards them. I'm gonna walk off in the direction you guys aren't in.
I have a very important metagaming question here.
Mm-hmm.
If they're so fucking powerful, what do they need us for? Why are we here? We just wanted to build a tavern.
We're scapegoats.
True.
We're the four of the hundred souls.
What's stopping us from just stopping?
The giant
Throw
eyeball
the
that
piece
wants
at
to
them.
kill us
I'm
because we have a
quitting.
piece.
I'm going home.
Bailey moves back to her shrine to live happily ever after.
Victoro starts to put his arm around Amelie, and the rest of the group notices as they kind of start to make their way out of the dock area in what seems to be some kind of pre-arranged passage through the alleyways and into the darkness.
I thought all their peep squad left.
They've left the area. If you choose to try and follow them, you can.
No, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
Horrorghast. Walking back to your friends, you're going up a small set of stairs. You have a hard time getting to your feet, slowly falling onto the stairs, crawling towards your allies.
Bailey's gonna rush over.
You have exactly
over
one hit
too.
point left.
Nice!
Bailey's going to rush over, throw Horrorghast over her shoulder the best she can, and give him at least a handful. Like, we're gonna go.
Can I just cast Cure Wounds on myself?
I mean,
And
I
this
can
energy-
lay hands
pool on yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can literally just be like, oh, my head. Oh, I feel great.
And it's at this point, I think that we're good to call it for the night.
I have no idea what this shit just happened.
Wow, it's only 9:19.
The vampires aren't vampires, but they are in leagues with the devil.
They
A
prayed
little
to the
bit
devil.
more than we thought.
And now they kind of found out I'm an angel.
I vote we make a Celestial book club and talk only in Celestial instead because Bailey doesn't like being left out.
Well, Horgas has to be more than willing to teach you Abysmal.
Can we?
I mean, it's gonna take a while, and it's gonna be like your main.
Bailey will
downtime
teach you
activity.
Common, Draconic, Elvish, or Sylvan, whichever you would like.
What were they again?
Bailey knows Celestial, Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Sylvan.
You stepped up to the Xanathar.
Thought that was the thing to do.
What's Sylvan?
I was.
Wait, why are we meeting in the first place?
I was.
we
language?
accomplished nothing.
Okay.
Like forest creature, like
Okay.
mystical forest
I
creature.
was real
language.
nervous you're gonna kill your wife again.
I feel like
We
Draconic would be-
accomplished literally nothing.
Yeah, we did. Horgas got to be a badass.
That means literally nothing.
We got a new barkeeper.
We did find out some information, like that the land shark definitely didn't belong to
The Xanathar.
the Xanathar, which we suspected because of that symbol, but now we definitely know that he's upset. He doesn't like when people use his name. We also know that he doesn't like bright lights.
Bright light. He's a gremlin.
Bright light, bright light.
So, bright lights.
I mean, if you had 11 eyes, I don't think you would like bright light.
I don't like bright light with 2 eyes. But
They're broken. You have like half of an eye.
yeah. But that can be something that's
0.75.
really helpful. Like if I don't know some
How worried were you were going to kill one of us tonight?
I might just kill you.
If you did not roll a natural 20, Horagast would absolutely be dead. I am not sure.
I cannot believe I rolled a nat 20 on that.
I am not sugarcoating that in the
knows about the light
slightest.
stuff, right?
Um,
Super sensitive to light. And I wonder, since he failed one of the Constitution throws with his
If he's
eyeballs,
permanently blind
if
in any
that
eyes?
eye is now blind,
That is a fantastic question.
or
I hope it's the disintegrating one. I don't like that one.
So guys,
So-
I have a question.
But he does have that magical ring, which
I have a
makes me
question
believe that it's
that
most likely a magical
goes
item.
with all
allowing
that.
him
That's why he
to
can control it, yeah.
better.
So did you roll Constitution saving throws for every single eyeball, and he only failed the one?
So I'd done a little legwork ahead of time to figure out exactly how bad it would have been. And, I mean, you guys don't know much about Beholder anatomy, but it was a very poor reaction on his end. Like, it knocked him and he, like, fell out of the sky almost, caught himself, and, like, started to bounce the moment that he could recompose himself.
I'm just curious if he failed any other Constitution saving throws for his eyeballs. So do we have one possible blind eye, or
Well,
do we have
can't know
3?
he's blind.
Well, possible.
That's nothing that Shava would know.
What about Phaley or Horgast? We read a whole book about him.
You guys were somewhat distracted.
Are those eyeballs now a little bit red, and they know that they're irritated?
Alright, so if
Is
you...
oh my god, Ripley's Believe It or Not guy gonna come out with a fucking clear eyes from out
I will say, because Horagast and Phaley studied it, if they want to make a perception check with disadvantage because you are also partially blinded,
I rolled a nat 20.
Disadvantage,
but it's
though.
disadvantage.
Come on, eyeball. Well, you said it's perception?
Yes.
My disadvantage.
21.
Did you roll 2 nat 20s?
No, I rolled a 17. And I
Wow.
have plus 4 in perception.
So
So,
24 or 21, take your pick.
alright,
You hate us.
let me...
But we
No, I
win.
don't. Because you guys think of things that I
You
would
guys are
not.
being blinded. You happen to look at the Xana and like, the fuck is that?
Eyeballs now black.
So, I will say that... How do I want to word this?
Yes.
You've never seen the eyeballs, like, blink for an extended period of time, but after this, 4 of them were, like, intensely shut.
That's me every time I walk outside in the sun.
So he's definitely got some kind of damage. I'm assuming because
Yeah. If not permanent blindness.
'Cause beholders are-
perhaps the blinded
are
condition.
beholders from the Underdark. Do we read that?
They didn't say so in what we could see.
Okay.
So, I'll go into a little bit more depth because you guys did do research on it. A beholder is not, like, birthed. It is created.
Right.
Nobody knows where the first beholders came from, but the only way to produce another beholder is if a beholder dreams of another one. That dream can come to life, supposedly, kill the original beholder, and take its place.
So they don't
So
want
there's
to
a
dream
finite
about it.
amount. There's a finite number of beholders because essentially, patricide after patricide after patricide.
It's the rule of 2 for the Sith.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
The rule of 2 means there can only ever be 2 Sith Lords.
Oh, gotcha. There are other ways that beholders can be made.
Okay.
But it's nothing that Mr. Volothampikadarm would have written about. The entire beholders dreaming of other beholders thing is like a song that was transcribed into it, a legend, but it's the best approximation that anyone has.
Okay.
A beholder never really dies, it just becomes another beholder with the same name, and
Okay.
it takes on the personality.
Does it have the same memory?
So does it actually die? Or does it just have a dream? Is this all one elaborate dream and it's been the same beholder forever because it
It's a
just keeps
dream,
dreaming
it's a
that it
dream,
dreamed
it's a-
another one and then it dreamed
So it
that it
inceptions
died, but
itself.
it's the same one?
Kind of.
Okay.
Would it have like its memories and everything from its previous life?
From what the song that they'd read about says, yes, they take on the life and personality of the other.
Ah, crap. So he could literally dream up another one of them and he's no longer blind.
That would be considering he can control the
You guys ever seen the movie The Prestige?
No.
Yeah, the magicians were the clones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this movie where a magician clones himself and kills the original one because there can't be more than one, and it's basically the same idea. Like the Xanathar is so like full of itself that the new version thinks that it's the most superior one, and the other one must be destroyed. So it's never gonna be like a situation where it's like, let's be friends, or something
No,
like
I'm
that.
talking
No,
about like
he has
he
to buy
knows.
all of his friends.
Yeah. I'm thinking that he knows.
Holy
the
shit!
Terrifying.
I thought you were dead. Not gonna lie.
What?
You don't have friends.
He buys all his friends.
I thought you were dead. 100% thought you were
Savage
dead.
Silver. I like that.
I like it too.
Jamor didn't even say something like that. He was just being
Because he's
like
injured. He's
talking.
injured.
I was trying to be
Another one.
like.
So
That's why
he
I'm
can
like
then
mad.
be-
Like literally nothing good happened. Why did
But
we come
the
here?
beholders
This is
also.
a
Did
waste
they
of
know
freaking
this?
time.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's not like he could
These are the
intentionally
questions.
dream of himself.
And he would not want to either because he wouldn't want the other one to kill him.
But if it has same memories and everything like that, it would just
He'd still be dead.
same personality.
Maybe.
Yeah. Just trying to think of possibilities.
All I know is I like that my blue D20. That is a good D20.
You're gonna forget.
Save your ass.
It did.
Twice.
So.
Can you kill that recording, Ed?